Hello, 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 and welcome to Fancy Race 2020 Holiday Spiritual Service. We greet you with love, appreciation, and joy. We've got a fantastic program. Today's lesson is 2020. It's a lesson and it's a blessing. And we hope that in our lesson, you get a blessing today. We've got a great program for you today. We have Dan Gorder. Dan is going to do some Charles Brown, Merry Christmas, Baby. He's going to do some James Brown, Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto, and also This Little Light of Mine, sung in the Sam Cooke style. And he's got another song. It's going to be fantastic. Our music today is brought to us by Nicollet Diner, 24-hour-a-day breakfast, drinks, and coffee, 24 hours a day, located in the wonderful, wonderful Loring Park neighborhood. Now, I'm going to do a spiritual service. I'm going to be preaching and teaching today, but you know I am the best-looking man in comedy. How pretty is Fancy Ray? I look so good. Every time Santa Claus sees me, he takes a picture of himself sitting in my lap. I ain't lying. I'm the best-looking man in comedy. I'm so pretty after Mrs. Claus met me, she started making chocolate Christmas cookies. Now, I'm not saying I'm the best-looking man who ever lived, but I'm the only person that can make Rudolph's red nose green with envy. Lord have mercy. How are you feeling today? Are y'all ready to get inspiration? Are you ready to be touched? Are you ready to touch that Christ, that light inside of you? Because you know me, I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world, a diamond and a pearl, the beauty of a boy, with the sweetness of a girl. I'm like a rocket ship, zooming towards the sky. I'm baseball, hot dogs, and apple pie. I am a Picasso in a museum that can't be touched. I'm little kids skipping rope in the park well, and they're doing the double dutch. I'm a man in the ocean, swimming to be free. I'm mango, cactus, and the sycamore tree. My heart is beating in my chest. It tells me out loud, I am the best. My looks are diamonds. My jokes are pearls. It's the holiday season 2020 with Fancy Ray, and I'm on top of the world. Woo, my. Up next, Dan Gorder with this wonderful Christmas song. Stay tuned and don't go nowhere. Woo!
This morning, and those of you at home, feel free to sing along with one. A lot of people know it. Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible say, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. Everybody, hark now, hear the angels sing, a king was born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. While shepherds watch their flock by night, they see a bright new shining star. They hear a choir sing a song. The music seemed to come from afar. Hark now, hear the angels sing. A king was born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. For a moment the world was aglow. All the bells rang out. There were tears of joy and laughter. People shouted, let everyone know there is hope for all to find peace. So Joseph and his wife Mary, they came to Bethlehem that night. They found no place to bear her child. Not a single room was in sight. And then they found a little nook in a stable all forlorn. And in a manger cold and damp, Mary's little child was born. Everybody now, hark now, hear the angels sing. A king was born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Bring it down now. For a moment the world was aglow. All the bells rang out. There were tears of joy and laughter. People shouted, let everyone know there is hope for all to find peace. So hark now, hear the angels sing. A king was born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. And man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Dan Gardner. All right, Dan Gardner, fantastic. We got some more Dan coming up. Now we have a special treat. To do the reading for today's service is my fiance, Tonnie Wulff. Tonnie, come on in and do the reading.
Happy holidays, everybody. So tomorrow is the winter solstice. So I picked out a little reading about the sun. The power of the sun. It's no surprise that the sun, one of the most powerful natural forces, has so much importance in human history. The history of humans honoring, worshiping, and highly revering the sun spans cultures, time, and religion. Sun symbols like the compass points or the circle with the dot inside offer insight into the sun's deeply spiritual meaning. The changing seasons, much like the cycles of sowing and harvesting, have always been key points within the human life cycle. The continued changing of seasons also represents corresponding stages of your inner journey. Each year, on and around the solstice, a beautiful, energetic spike and opening to the higher realms of spirit is created. This is due to the Earth's alignment with the great central sun, the galactic center.
All right, and this next one, I got a little chorus back here. They're going to help me out with this one. I hope you're going to help me out with this. Santa Claus goes straight to the ghetto. Hitch up your reindeer and goes straight to the ghetto. Santa Claus goes straight to the ghetto. Fill every stocking you find. The kids are gonna love you so. Leave a toy for Johnny. Leave a doll for Mary. Bring something pretty for Tonnie. And don't forget about Tonnie. Santa Claus goes straight to the ghetto. Santa Claus goes straight to the ghetto. Tell him James Brown sent you. And go straight to the ghetto. You know that I know you will see. You'll see mothers and soul brothers. Go straight to the ghetto. Santa Claus goes straight to the ghetto. Fill every stocking you find. The kids are gonna love you so. Fill every stocking you find. The kids are gonna love you so. I'm begging you, Santa Claus, go straight to the ghetto. And if anyone wants to know, tell them Hank Belly told you so. Claus, go straight to the ghetto. Never thought I'd realize I'd be singing with water in my eyes. Santa Claus, go straight to the ghetto. Don't leave nothing for me. I've had my chance, you see. Santa Claus, go straight to the ghetto. Santa Claus, your soul brother needs your soul. Santa Claus, tell him James Brown sent you. Thank you, chorus.
welcome once again. I want to thank Dan Gorder with a fantastic job. Can you feel that spirit and that energy? Right now, I want to give great thanks and acknowledgments to the many wonderful people who have made this possible and who are joining us on Facebook and also live on Zoom. I got my mom, the queen, Tonnie here. Mom, we just love you and thank you for being here. Also, we have my fiance, Tonnie Wulff. She is here and she did a fantastic reading and about the light. And that's what today's service is about, is that light, your inner light, how to touch your inner light and bring forth more goodness into this world. Also, I got to tell you, I have a special connection with Dan Gorder. Dan used to come to my TV show back years ago, so to have him as part of this service, for me, is totally a blessing. Also, we got Nick Longton. Nick is a man that's doing a production. I actually had the honor of officiating Nick's wedding service. So to have this space at Ark Stone here in Uptown, Minnesota is truly a blessing. And also, we have our music sponsor, Nicollet Diner, located in Loring Park. They have fantastic breakfast, drinks, and coffee 24 hours a day. We just thank all of them and all of you out there watching who are tuning in and joining us for this fantastic service and lesson. Today's lesson is 2020 has been a lesson and a blessing. Before I get into it, I always like to start with something a little funny. And you know, Fancy Ray, I'm a present to the whole world. I'm a present to the whole world. If I turn Caucasian right now, y'all would nickname me White Christmas. My. 2020, it's a lesson. You know, in fact, you know, Jesus was not the name of the man who walked this planet 2,000 years ago. That was not his name. He was a Jewish man, and Jesus is actually the Greek translation of his Hebrew name. Now, a lot of folks don't even know that. Now, surprisingly, a lot of folks do know the Spanish translation of his Hebrew name. Jesus, that's right. And a lot of folks are surprised to find out the English translation of his Hebrew name. Fancy Ray McCloney. My. Again, today's lesson is titled 2020. It's a lesson and it's a blessing. I'm speaking on a philosophy known as New Thought. It teaches spiritual truths that are found in all the major religions and philosophy. The main tenet is, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, and be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Today is the day which the Lord hath made, and I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. We stand on the truth of who you are in spirit, energy, and the good that created you. Touch yourself. If you can hear me right now, I want you to touch yourself. Everybody touch yourself and say, I walk in the light.
I walk in the light.
Say out loud, I express the light.
I express the light.
Say, I am the light.
I am the light.
The consciousness that says life is a blessing. You know, in life, there's triumphs, there's pain, there's sickness, there's death, but there's also great fun. Now, the book that I study out of is by Ernest Holmes. It's titled The Science of Mind. And on The Science of Mind, page 548, it says, the divine plan for me is perfect. I am held in the mind of God as a complete and perfect expression of life and truth. No power can hinder nor mar this inner image or reality, for it is God-given and God-kept. There's a spectrum of emotions that take place this time of year. There's a great joy, there's family get-togethers, there's presents, there's happiness, there's food, but also at this time, there are people who are alone and feel loneliness. Depression is at an all-time high at this time of season because folks a lot of times are reminiscing of what Christmas used to be or what it's supposed to be, and when you have financial struggles, family struggles, it can be a time of great downness. So that's what this whole service is about, that if you are going through the struggles of the holiday, that we want you to know that you are the light, you walk in the light, and you're an expression of the beautiful light. This is a day which the Lord hath made, and we're going to be glad and rejoice in it. Also, this time of year, people are face to face with death. Some of you have lost people this year. When you've had that loss, it can be a painful, painful time. And there's something about the holidays that actually bring forth this great sense of loss. So we understand, I understand, that if you are struggling and in pain right now, as you go through this first holiday season without that person, or it may have been a year ago, it may have been 5 years ago, that we want to honor that life that was here and also walk in our own legacy, making the world a better place, honoring that person which was lost. This year, we lost one of my dear friends, the king, the architect of rock and roll, Little Richard, passed away, which was a sad day. I lost a niece this year. I lost a nephew this year. And all of us have experiences. We just lost Debbie Duncan, the singer from Minneapolis. We've all had great losses this year. So we honor those memories, but we walk in that spirit of honoring that memory and also creating our legacy that we want to create and share with the world, because one day we all got to leave. So while we are here, I walk in the light. I express the light. I am the light. This is a powerful time of year. It's called the holiday season because there's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, and then there's New Year's. And there's really a magic that takes place in these holidays coming together. First, of course, is Thanksgiving. And in Thanksgiving, we get together and we gather our food and we sit down with friends and family and share a meal together and drinks. And then comes about 4 weeks later is Christmas. And in Christmas, we gather our gifts and we share our bounty and love and joy and merriment with our friends and family. And then there's New Year's, a new birth that takes place, a new beginning, a fresh start. It's a season of light. As Tonnie talked in her reading, this is a very, very powerful year because we have Hanukkah, where they light the candles. There's the winter solstice, which is the 21st. That's the shortest day of the year. After that date, the days start getting longer. There's Christmas, where we light up the Christmas tree, we light up the lights around the house, and also Kwanzaa, where they light the candles. So the season truly is about light. So we want you to reach inside and express and share your light with the world, because you have light inside of you. There's a spark of the universe, which is part of you, and we walk into that. In the science of mind, they teach, and we talk about the birth of Jesus, but we also expand it to include the Christ consciousness in humankind. We recognize and honor Jesus and look to him as a great wayshore and a master teacher. Christ consciousness is an awareness, or living from the awareness of our oneness with God. Again, this season is about birth, rebirth, and relighting our lives. And now is the time for us to relight. That's what this whole lesson is about. 2020, it's a lesson and it's a blessing. One of the greatest discoveries that man has ever made is the discovery of the creative power of thought. We recognize that we are dealing with a power that makes things out of itself. No separation from creation and creator. Everything is made of the unseen stuff. Fundamentals of science of mind, God, life, creation, power, love is all around us. All the power in the air we can't see, but we use that power, and with that power, we co-create our lives. Our thought patterns create our reality. Unhappiness, ill health, abundance, and joy all are held by what you hold in your mind. So thoughts are things. So we must train ourselves to think in a way that creates the life that we want. And in this lesson, I'm going to give you some tools to help you create the life that you want. There's a universal mind behind all things, expressing as our mind. This power, we co-create our lives. We are not willing things to happen. We're not wishing for things to happen. We're not hoping for things to happen. But it's its nature that we create our lives by what we think. There's a power in the universe, and by the way you think, you co-create your life with that power. Life is love, liberty, peace, joy, fulfillment, the awareness of the Christ consciousness. God created us to be free, not in bondage, not to suffer. We have to denounce these thoughts and feelings. Christ consciousness. I keep saying that term. I'm explaining what Christ consciousness is. Jesus Christ was not the name who walked this planet 2,000 years ago. Christ is a Greek word for the anointed or exalted one. Christ is your oneness with God. Jesus reflected God's great and deep love for everything that is earthy, for the sick and the despised, the morally admirable and the morally repugnant, for weeds as well as flowers, lions as well as lambs. He teaches that just as the sun gives light to the wicked and to the good, and rain brings nourishment to both the righteous and unrighteous, Jesus looked for God. He located the kingdom of heaven within himself and plunged beneath the material surface of creation and found its spiritual cause. He called it God or the Father. According to our philosophy, he is the great way-shower, the great example as opposed to the great exception. Who is Jesus? He's a lot of things to a lot of different people. And people, that's why there's so many denominations, there's so many different understandings of Jesus. Some people look at Jesus as a revolutionary who wanted Israel to rise up against Rome. Some look at him as a cynic philosopher who was teaching us to separate ourselves from our material trappings. Some see him as a socialist who thought and fought for the economic plight of the poor. Some say he was a feminist, standing up for women's rights. All agree he was a Jewish teacher and preacher who lived in Jerusalem. He was crucified in Jerusalem by Tiberius under the Pontius Pilate. I had this crazy dream about Jesus. I was in a foot race with Jesus, right? And I was ahead of him, nephew. Out of nowhere, Jesus takes a shortcut across the lake. Because he can walk on water. Well, anyways, I'm right behind him. See, everybody knows that Jesus was God's son, but a lot of folks don't realize I'm God's favorite nephew. See, my point is that we're all God personified. All of us are the beauty and joy which is God. Emmett Fox is a great New Thought writer. He talked about the Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer is the most important prayer in the Christian documents. It was carefully constructed by Jesus with certain and very clear ends. This is why of all the teachings of Jesus, it's the most popular and practiced by Christians all over the world. I want to give you a metaphysical breakdown of the Lord's Prayer. We all know the Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer, I'm going to do it once and I'm going to break it down metaphysically. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory. Now I want to break that down for you metaphysically. Our Father, which art in heaven. I've already established, Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is on the inside. So our Father, which is inside of us, hallowed be thy name, that we are connected with the universe. Thy kingdom connected with the universe. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It's going to be done on the outside of you, what's going on inside you. That's why we say change your thinking, you can change your life. Give us this day our daily bread. We need our daily sustenance. And forgive us our trespasses. Forgive us of our mistakes, our shortcomings, our failings, as we forgive those who have trespassed against us, as we forgive those who have fallen short. And lead us not into temptation. That means lead us not into places we know we shouldn't go, but deliver us from evil. Though if we were delivered from evil, we walk in freedom. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Meaning that if you walk in this consciousness, you will have freedom, joy, and abundance forever and ever in this consciousness. Life is a blessing or it's a lesson. That's why when you have these challenges, you have a blessing or it's a lesson, and you have to decide. But no matter what you're going through, that you can look at your life and say, thank you, thank you, thank you for this blessing or this lesson, and how can I grow? I walk in the light. I express the light. I am the light. Thessalonians 5:18 says, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ concerning you. It's easy to give thanks for the good stuff that happens to you in your life, health, family, friends, money, but do you give thanks for the stumbling blocks? Socrates said, man, know thyself. You are one with the divine. The whole world which created you is on your side. It's on your side. So what do you need to do? What do you need to let go of? Do you need to eat better? Quit? Climb? Grow? Expand? Now is the time to do that. Death, there's endings, but we, again, I'm being redundant, we celebrate that life with good deeds and your own legacy. Remember, as you're going through these different processes of life, it's a process, not an event. Like this year, many things happened this year. We had the election that took place this year, the death of George Floyd, the death of Kobe Bryant, COVID-19. You know, COVID-19, that's the big story this year. When it first came out, it was called the coronavirus. You remember that, right? They called it the coronavirus. And when it first came out, there were 3 places it didn't show up. Africa, Detroit, and Cleveland. You know why? Because black folks don't drink Corona. If there was a Schlitz malt liquor virus, Popeye's chicken would have closed down 2 years ago. But no matter what you're going through, again, it's a process, not an event. Problems are often opportunities in disguise. We have to learn to control our thoughts as we go through the process. Because in reality, everything is perfect and complete. Bad things are part of the journey. For example, you stub your toe, and that's painful. But you recover from it, and then you move on. How many people you know have had hardship, and 3 weeks later, they're still reliving and expressing their hardship? 6 months later, 2 years later, they're still talking about, I stubbed my toe. It was so horrible. We know it was horrible, but let it go. It's gone, it's over. Now is a new day. Today is the day which the Lord hath made. I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. Jesus made the great discovery that God is an indwelling spirit in each and every one of us. We are whole, perfect, and complete. Every day is a new day, a new dawn. Transformation begins with commitment. It's kind of like going to the gym. You can't go to the gym one time and expect to make physical gains. You have to have a physical program that you keep working your muscles to build your strength, increase your endurance, and your flexibility. If you plant a seed, you can't just let the seed go. You plant the seed, it's got to get enough water and also sunlight so that it can grow. Then you got to have a practice in order to bring about the change and conditions that you want in your life. The time is now to live your light. Right now. No matter your savings, your relationship, your family situation, give thanks in all things. Wherever you're going to go, you start right here, right now, where you are, with an attitude of gratitude. When Jesus spoke and he said, my Father and I are one, he spoke the truth for every man and every one. He demonstrated the presence of God within himself by healing, by blessing, and showing love to the whole world. He pointed to our divinity when he said, these things I do, you shall also do. How many folks out there are waiting for life to change instead of making the changes that you want to have the life that you want to have? You know what you know. But what are you doing with what you know? How many folks say this, man, if I would have known then what I know now, life would be different. So the question I have for you is this, what are you doing with what you know now? Can I say that again? What are you doing with what you want now? Sometimes we want to hold on to our old habits, our old shortcomings, and we live in a place of fear. And we're unwilling to make the changes because of fear. But you know better, then you got to do better. Increase the size of your circle. What do you need to do? Lose weight? Save money? Get more friends? Fear can put you on pause. So I say, fear not, fear not, fear not. Rise up. Again, I walk in the light. I express the light. I am the light. Indifference. Sometimes you get a situation that you just get indifference. Indifference can put you on pause because you wonder, I'm not even going to try because it's not going to make a difference anyways. So you don't even attempt to make the change that you need to make. You can't see possibility if you're stuck on the problem. So we say, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That means you got to get a picture in your mind of that which you want to be, do, or have. Not what's going on now, what you want to create, and then walk into that reality with possibility, joy, and goodness in your hearts. Lot's wife was told not to look back at the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. She looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt. Salt is a preservative. She got stuck in the past instead of walking boldly into the future. Your soul requires for you to grow. Everything is an opportunity to be victorious. You can choose to be a victim or you can choose to be victorious. I love this saying here. A minus sign is nothing but half of a plus sign. I encourage you here as we go into this season right now. Now, y'all feeling good out there? Are you feeling good?
Yeah.
I am the light. I walk in the light, and I express the light. I want to give you some assignments as we prepare to go into this Christmas holiday and also into the new year. And the new year is a new beginning. A lot of folks make a lot of resolutions, and don't set yourself up with resolutions, but I actually want you to make a plan for personal improvement, growth, and expansion in your life as we go into this new year. Number one, you got to give thanks for today. Everything, give thanks for. And also appreciation. We're going to talk about, first thing we're going to do is take care of our bodies. I want you all to eat right, more fruits and vegetables, to take the water you need, and then do whatever's calling you for more nutritional growth. Also, exercise. Exercise is so important. We got to take care of our bodies with exercise. I don't know if that's going to the gym or a home workout. Some folks is going for a bicycle ride or a walk. In fact, I have a fancy race saying. It says, what's the most important, what's the best exercise in the whole world? The best exercise in the whole world is the one you will do. Amen? So what I am, get your physical body together. And you don't have to make some big grand plan, but a few times a week, get some movement in your life. And you define what that is. And the best exercise in the world is the one that you will do. And this is the key, and this is why I'm here today, is to encourage you to embark on a spiritual practice. How is your prayer life? Reverend Knight said the person who has their prayer life together has their life together. That you take time and pray for what you want. Giving thanks for all things. And when we pray, we don't pray in a begging, pleading, wishing type of way. No, we know there's a power all around us. We declare what we want, and then we proceed with power and force of the whole universe to manifest that which we want to create. There's power in your prayer. So you declare what you want. Demand it, and then know it's already done. Write the vision, make it plain, then get to work on that which you want to create. And last but not least is a practice of meditation. It's suggested that you should meditate 20 minutes a day. And some folks say, I ain't got 20 minutes a day. If you ain't got 20 minutes a day, you need to do it for 2 hours. Just take 5 minutes to sit down and get quiet. Let's start with a 5-minute practice. Put the timer on and do 5 minutes. Just get quiet. A lot of people say, when I meditate, nothing happens. I want you to get quiet and just breathe. Focus on your breath. You're expanding your mind. You're increasing your longevity. You're giving peace and connection. And if you meditate, do a meditation practice, you will connect with the power of the whole universe. And in that place, you will get impulses. You'll get insights into your life. So my prayer for all of you here today is that 2020 is over. It's been a blessing or it's been a lesson. So many things have happened this year. We had the riots take place. We've had protests all over the world. We've had this virus. We've had these challenges. We've had death. But something that we can all say is that we are all here. I am alive. And I'm so grateful for today. May 2021 bring you all increased health, financial abundance, joy, peace of mind, and more money. Touch yourself on the chest once again and say, I am the light.
I am the light.
I express the light.
I express the light.
I am the light.
I am the light.
I walk in the light.
I walk in the light.
I am the light.
I am the light.
May God bless you. May the spirit of the season uplift you. And may goodness rain on you every day. Namaste. Much love from Fancy
Christmas, baby.
Come on now.
You sure did treat me nice. Merry Christmas, baby.
Woo!
You sure did treat me nice. Bought me a brand new diamond ring for Christmas. Now I'm living in paradise. You know I'm feeling mighty fine.
Come on now.
Got good music on my stereo. You know I'm feeling mighty fine. Got good music on my stereo. Listen to that new Fancy Ray record. And I wanna kiss you, baby, underneath the mistletoe. Santa come down your chimney about 3:15. Left all these pretty presents that you see before me. Merry Christmas, baby. Sure did treat me nice. I haven't had a drink this evening, but I'm lit up like a Christmas tree. Merry Christmas, baby.
Yeah.
You sure did treat me nice. Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. Bought me a brand new diamond ring for Christmas. Now I'm living in paradise.
All right, Dan. That's fantastic. You know something? I want to thank Dan fantastic.
Thank you for having me, Ray.
Absolutely. We want to thank the Nicollet Diner for the music sponsorship. Nicollet Diner has fantastic 24-hour-a-day breakfast, coffee, and drinks located in the Loring Park neighborhood. The Nicollet Diner. Thank you so much. Now, this is probably my favorite part of the love service right here. Can y'all feel the love out there? Can you feel that it's a blessing and it's a lesson? Now is the time that we are asking for love offerings. And what we do by doing this right here, that this right here supports this program and also allows us to continue into the future. So we want to take a moment right now again and thank Dan Dan Gorder, we thank Dan Gorder, we thank Tonnie, Wulff, Nick, we thank Archstone for allowing us to use this space. So you go to PayPal and you make a donation, a love offering, by the abundance in your heart. If you have been inspired, touched, uplifted by this service, I encourage you to make a donation. It goes to PayPal, thefancyray@hotmail.com. Make a donation. No donation is too big or too small. Well, it's never too big. You know, sometimes someone out there might have to call in and say, hey, I'm going to give $10. Someone may say $100. Someone out there might say, I'm going to give $1,000 because I enjoy what you're doing and I want you to proceed forth with doing this type of service. And we will do more. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. If you donate $40 contribution to thefancyray@hotmail.com, you know what we're going to do? We're going to offer you right here. Bring it on here. We got a Fancy Ray t-shirt. We got Fancy Ray t-shirts. And also my comedy album, that if you make a $40 donation, can you see that there good? You get either the album or the t-shirt with a $40 love offering to today's service. Again, that's thefancyray@hotmail.com. And remember that abundance and goodness is in the charity and the goodness of your heart. So give from your heart and know that you will be blessed abundantly. That what you give circulates and comes back to you multiplied. Again, thefancyray@hotmail.com. And if you ain't got Hotmail, you got to have a computer to watch this. So just go to PayPal and make a donation. We thank you so much. We bless all of you for tuning in and also for your wonderful contributions. Again, $40 or more, you get a t-shirt or an album. How about we close out today's program with another song by my main man, Dan Gorder. Again, brought to us by Nicollet Diner, located in Loring Park, 24-hour breakfast, coffee, and drinks. Go and show them some love. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's program and you found upliftment, please share this on all your social media and come back and find us again. We thank Nick back there behind the camera and just bless you. We love Tonnie. I got TJ, Tony McCloney here. I got my nephew, Joe James Jr., Joe Mullery, and all the folks out there watching. Are you ready to go higher? Are you ready? I said, are you ready to go higher? Are you ready to go higher? All right, here we go. Dan Gorder.
Amen. 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 Oh. Amen. 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 Amen.
Come on in,
Amen. Now this little light of mine, I'm
to everybody here. And this is a Christmas present. Can y'all handle a Christmas present? Would you like, this is a gift. Can you handle a present, Mom? I'd like to give you a Christmas present. Are you ready, Mom? I want to give you a Christmas present. This is from Tonnie. And right now, this is the consciousness that life is a blessing. And also it can be a lesson. So sometimes if you have a challenge, maybe it's a lesson. But through these challenges, that we can turn it into a blessing. What can I learn? How can I grow? How can I expand as I go through these difficult times? Again, we have a poem I want to do for you right now. And this is my gift to you this holiday season. I wrote this with Tonnie in class. It's called Life is So Easy for Me. And I want to dedicate this to everyone out there watching. It says, life is so easy for me.
I do what I want.
And when I'm finished, I'm through.
I whistle while I work.
As I do what I do.
Life is breeze.
Life is fun.
Life is so easy.
When you have a consciousness of your connection with the one.
It's not too serious.
It's not too sad.
There's a smile on my face.
Because today is the best day I ever had. Now, I'm no Pollyanna, nor Pistol Pete.
Because life is life.
And for me, it's so sweet.
I'm not blown by the winds of the Windy City.
Or trying to take a bite out of the Big Apple.
Because life is love.
And this love
will never leave you crying at the chapel.
It ain't by the time I get to Phoenix.
Or some heart song by Tonnie.
Today is the day which the Lord hath made, and I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. Life is so easy,
For me.
Like a Shakespearean actor.
Stepping on a stage.
Or a librarian with a book who's.
Turn another page.
Or a UFC fighter stepping into a cave.
cave.
Life is a waterfall.
It's a water sprout.
Every day the moon rises, and every night the sun comes out. Like the waves on the ocean.
Or the leaves on a tree.
Life is so easy. And I just love being me. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thank you all for tuning in. May life and love bless you all. From Fancy Ray, Art Stone, Nicollet Diner, Dan Gorder, Nick Longton, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Peace.